Under the lights, speaking of facts, double the price, yeah. Under the lights, we covering sports, whatever you like, yeah. Home runs in the park, touchdowns in the end zone. Knockouts in the ring, buzzer beater for the win, go hard and go home. Find out who you are when you under the lights. That first you made a star, right there. Under the lights, you looking for the best, tune in to Under the Lights. Yeah, yeah, Under the Lights.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Went into the frozen tundra and got a dub last night. Front like we don't play in the cold. 7-2. What they say? 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. Stop playing, man. Fly, Eagles, fly! Oh, y'all only beat us last year because it was in Brazil. Well, it's a neutral field, motherfucker. The field was slick. You right, it was slick for both teams. And we beat y'all ass. And then y'all came to Philadelphia in the playoffs. We beat y'all ass again. Then we go through the frozen tundra and we get y'all together in your own home building.
Preach!
We own the Green Bay Packers. We own the Green Bay Packers. You understand? Fly, Eagles, fly. We get a dub anywhere, man. We go in anybody building at any given time and go get a dub. They don't know this already, JF?
Well, they do now. They do now.
If you don't know, now you know. You understand? Welcome back to Under the Lights. I am your host, Big Mike, and yes, you can see I got my guy JF, Justin Fiorillo, in the building, my fellow Philadelphia Eagles fan. You understand me? My man gonna be on the board one day. We calling it. My man gonna be in the organization. He gonna be on the board one day. He gonna be getting a check from the Philadelphia Eagles one day. You understand me?
What? One day. Hope that's the day soon, man. Pretty soon. Let's hope.
Dude, I'm rooting for you, bro.
I appreciate that.
I see you going hard, and I mean on Instagram. I see you at the signings. You with BG. You see it, Saquon. You seeing everybody. Jalen Carter. You know what I'm saying? It's coming, bro. It's coming. Don't worry about it. It is coming. Trust me and believe me. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. You know what I mean? And this, we normally don't come on Tuesdays. We don't normally come on Tuesdays. This is a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing. But when your team goes out there and has a Monday night football game, well, I know you heard of Victory Monday. Well, this is Victory Tuesday, and it feels a whole lot better than a losing Tuesday. You understand? And I know the Green Bay Packers is feeling that shit right now. You feel me? So more power to them. We don't give a fuck. You understand? Everybody want to talk about Jordan Love. He's this and that. No, JF. Did I not come out here and say, when you was on the show too, I'm not sold on the Packers? I said it's going to come down to Jordan Love. I said he gave out more opportunities than the prostitute on the corner. And all you got to do is catch it. He throw it your way. All you got to do is catch it. You ain't even got to pay for it. On the corner, you got to pay for that shit. They throwing that pussy out there. He throwing the ball. He throwing that skin. You ain't got to pay for it. It's free. Yeah. It's free.
You can bring up the clips. You have the clips where you said that. You mentioned it in the past where, you weren't sold on him. And look, he's not doing anything to change that opinion. Let's be honest.
No, he is not. He is not. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. We are now 7-2, the number one team,
baby.
The best team in the NFC. We got the Green Bay Packers up out of here, and we are on to the Detroit Lions. But before we get there, we will talk about last night. But before we get to last night, I got some funny shit to put up because my man JF had a question for some people out here, or for Brian Dayball. Here we go.
How the hell you gonna get fired on your day off?
I don't know.
You like that one. I know you like that one. You literally like that one. You tagged all your friends in the comments. I saw you.
Hey, yeah, why you? Hey, what the? You a fool. You a motherfucking fool. I see your pettiness goes under. It goes way under, and I love it.
I'm a trollster, man. I'm a trollster. I'm a memester. I do a lot of things on my Instagram, and one of them is definitely trying to make memes. And if I find an opportunity and I think it fits, I'm gonna post it. So I think that fit.
Hey, man, I gotta say it again. I gotta show it again. I'm sorry, dog.
How the hell you gonna get fired on your day off?
I don't know.
JF, I watched that thing like 20 times. Friday is a classic, bro. It's a classic.
Oh, and it is. It's a great movie.
It's a classic, and I had to just tag my guys in it. They laughed about it and shit like that. You know what I mean? I think they might have shared it too.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at a lot of clips in that movie, actually, before I landed on that clip specifically, actually. I love that movie, and I plan to use, and I will, you have my word here. You heard it here first before I drop it. I'm going to use Friday clips for memes in the future. So we'll see.
And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. So let's talk about that real quick.
Let's go.
Do you think, you know what I mean, Brian Daboll does... Do you think he deserved to get fired from the New York Giants, bro? What you think, man?
I don't think Brian Daboll is the world's worst coach, right? But he ain't it. All right. I mean, they just weren't going to win with them, I think. I'm sorry. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. I mean, and they just don't win with him, man. And I didn't see that changing really anytime soon. You know, I thought he built a culture there. We all thought he kind of was building a culture at some point, but you know, I mean, it was unfortunate that he had to deal with all the injuries he had to deal with this year, of course. But I mean, it's been, I don't really have, maybe you have the number. I don't know how many years he's been the coach there, but he just hasn't been getting the job done. And that's a team that, you know, won 2 Super Bowls in like a 10-year span. You know, they have a winning standard as well. And they're in a competitive division. We know that. So, you know, they need to be better. I think it's kind of the same thing with Penn State. It's the, well, maybe they didn't win as much even as Penn State, but I mean, they just want to do better. So they fired the coach, and they're looking for better out there. And we'll see if they find better. The organization, they just want somebody to build around Dart, Scattaboo, Neighbors, and Daboll wasn't it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, look, they got a lot of injury. You know, we ain't no New York Giant apologists over here. You see what we rocking? We Philadelphia Eagles all day long. When it comes down to it, fuck the New York Giants and fuck and Brian Daboll. You feel me? If we just gonna analyze the situation,
yes,
yeah, they wasn't getting it done with him. You know what I mean? But I mean, you know what? Maybe he did. Because look at how Daniel Jones played there, right? And look at what he's doing now with the Colts.
Right. That's a good point. That's a great point. Yeah.
He's looking a lot better. And Shane Steichen is under Shane Steichen. We know all about Shane Steichen. He was our offensive coordinator in 2022 when our offense looked potent. That was Jalen Hurts' year when he was front runner for MVP for the whole entire year, and he missed those 2 games at the end of the season. Came back, picked up where he left off, but they still gave it to Pat Mahomes. We know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep him at the top, whatever. You know what I mean? But, you know, that was with Shane Steichen. And Shane Steichen goes to the coach. Yeah, he had a little rough time with Anthony Richardson, but Anthony Richardson is just not the guy, period. He's not even, he's going to be a backup or a journeyman or out of the league. I can stand on that because he's just not good. You know what I mean? But you get Daniel Jones there, who is a better quarterback than Anthony Richardson. And look how he's looking. You know, yeah, they're protecting him. He may look a little shaky, you know what I'm saying, when you get pressure on him, talking about Daniel Jones, but he's been carving teams up, bro. You know what I mean? He's been carving teams up, putting Daniel Jones in the position to be looking as good as he's looking. You know what I mean? That's under Shane Steichen, and he was there in New York with Brian Daboll, and Brian Daboll didn't put him in position to look as good as he looked. You feel what I'm saying? And then when you get a Jackson Dart, you know what I mean? They blowing leads now with this Jackson Dart situation. I mean, we ain't no apologists for them, like I said, but I mean, they do got Malik Neighbors out. You know what I mean? He is out. You feel what I'm saying? Cam Scattaboo is out for the year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they didn't get a chance to really see what it could be. But at the same time, they probably looking like, you know what? You fucked up with the concussion protocol shit last time. You know what I mean? Are you telling him to slide? Are you telling him to go forward? Like, are you influencing him with that? Because now he got another one. You know what I'm saying? He's probably gonna be out this week coming up. You know what I mean? So it's just been a roller coaster. Well, I don't even want to say a roller coaster because they ain't had no highs and lows. It's been a bunch of lows. You know what I mean? So it's been
pretty boring roller coaster, man. Just a flat line.
Yeah, a flat line roller coaster. You feel what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I mean? Like a speedway. You feel me? So I mean, maybe it's time for somebody else. I guess you can get anybody there to coach and not make the playoffs. You feel what I'm saying? So, listen, it's time for a new voice. You know, I thought Brian Daboll he was going to have an opportunity to, go at least, another year to see what they could look like with Malik Neighbors, with Cam Scattaboo, and that defensive line that's coming and shit like that. But the New York Giants said, no, we've been waiting too long, and shit, it's over with. Time to move on. So, did he deserve to get fired? You can say yeah. You can say yeah, and I'm basing that solely on how Daniel Jones looked when he was there versus how he looked now. So you ain't getting nobody better. That's what it seemed like. You ain't making your quarterbacks better. You know what I mean? So I think he deserved that. It is what it is, man. Fuck the New York Giants anyway. Fuck him anyway.
For sure. Forever.
But on to better news, as we love to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. You feel what I'm saying? After that Monday night victory, the Philadelphia Eagles are the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yes, sir.
Win in Green Bay, it was a dogfight. And anybody know when you watch football and you got a 10-7 ball game, it's a defensive game. It ain't always going to be fireworks. It's not always going to be 4th of July. You feel what I'm saying? It's cool. It's okay. We keep the main thing, and go out there and get a fucking dub. And that's what we did in Green Bay, the frozen tundra last night as underdogs. We are 5-0 as underdogs. You understand me? You know why? Because hungry dogs run faster. That's why. You understand me? So, JF, give me your takeaway on last night's win for the Eagles in Green Bay, 10-7 victory. Holla at me.
Well, I think the Philadelphia Eagles this year are like that parody, that meme that you see with an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. And the angel on the one shoulder, right, is their Super Bowl caliber winning defense and their clutch winning their quarterback Jalen Hurts making plays and Saquon Barkley going off like last week and making clutch plays, just playing their best football. And the devil on the other shoulder is Kevin Patullo. Okay, so that's what my takeaway is from this game. But they find ways to win. They're road warriors. They've won in Kansas City. They've won in Tampa Bay. They've won in Green Bay at Lambeau Field. I mean, those aren't easy places to win. Those are one of the top 3, due to the weather in Tampa Bay, and then Arrowhead is like one of the loudest. And then, the Green Bay, it was cold as hell last night. So those are like the toughest away games to go in, and they went to Minnesota and won. Like, they just go into these stadiums and win the game. So, and they're not playing their best. That's what's scary. Yes. So it's like when they actually play their best, are they saving it? Are they teasing us? Was Sirianni, and we'll get into it, was he at the end of the game? Was he just trying to make the game more exciting for everybody watching at home? Because what the hell was that about? I mean, I don't know why they can't play, other than the game without A.J. Brown against the Giants. They haven't really played, quote unquote, a complete game yet. So I want to see them still do that. And the offense got to get going. It looks sluggish as hell again. That first half was terrible, man. It's just 0-0. I mean, what 0-0. So, but hey, we're 7-2. I'm happy about the record above everything. I think BG actually played like 2 snaps. He looked kind of good off the ball, actually. But
he made a play out there last night. Well,
just a little side note, but yeah, man. I'm really happy about the win, but definitely not a complete performance.
Definitely not a complete performance. 0-0 in the first half. When they had the ball first and they didn't score and we was moving the ball, I said, we're going to go down here and get a touchdown.
Yeah.
We go down here and get a touchdown. We're going to beat y'all ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we went 16 plays on that first drive. This is the first drive of the game. 16 plays, 82 yards. You feel what I'm saying? And we was 100% on all third down, all up and down the field. You feel what I'm saying? Completing passes here, completing passes there, run here, whatever the case may be. We went out there and got it done with the pressure being back there. Micah Parsons was in the backfield. I think Jordan Mailata, besides a couple penalties, mishaps, brain farts that he had, he did a good job on Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? He can get around the edge. That's when you force him outside, quarterback step up in the pocket, make him do what he got to do to go out there and get the job done. And he did, and Jalen did that well, and so did Jordan Mailata. I didn't even see Rashawn Gary flash off the screen. I didn't even see number 52 on Green Bay do anything. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm looking at that first drive, and I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to get touchdown. You know what I mean? And then, boom, what happens? Jalen fumbles.
Yeah.
He fumbles the football. He was trying to get down, but his knee was on a defender. And as we know in football, your knee has to be on the ground for it to be considered down. You know what I mean? You got to protect the ball more. He knows that. High and tight. You know what I mean? 2 hands, whatever you got to do to protect that ball. You know what I mean? But I'm still looking at the fact that we win tough, gritty, grimy football games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if it's a game to where, we got to go ahead and put up 30, we have done that. If it's a game that we're going to be a gritty, grimy game, we have done that as well throughout the years and to end last night. And this is the Green Bay team who everybody is high on. Defense looked good. Did they look good against the Cowboys? Absolutely not. They gave up 40. I don't know what the fuck they was doing that day. You feel me? But, hey, the defense, you know what I mean, is you seen it last night. You've seen it, and maybe that's a testament to our offense being a little slow, still being a little sluggish, still in week 10, still. Remember, I came out here and said, JF, I just don't feel like it's going to get better as long as Kevin Patullo is calling the plays. You feel me? But we didn't play a complete game. Still went out there, got the dub. We find excuse me. We find ways to win. And when it's time for number one, QB1, to come through and be clutch, he has done it time and time again. He'll take the layups. Jordan Love's issue is he want to shoot the ball downfield, far every time. He don't like to take the motherfucking shit that's close to him. Jalen will do that. You know what I mean? That's how you get a 41-yard gain from Saquon Barkley, because it's open. You feel what I'm saying? In the flat. And on the very next play after that, you get Devontae with a 36-yard touchdown downfield. We need those. This game could have been closer had he not fumbled on the first drive, because I feel like we had the momentum, and momentum is real when it comes to sports. It's real. You feel me? That stopped the momentum. Yeah, we scored 10 points, but we could have damn sure scored a good 14 or more. 14 or more against a really good defense who at home in a hostile environment, you know what I mean, cold out there, just like it's cold for us, just like it's cold for them. But they at home, they got the advantage. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to go out there and win in Green Bay. You feel it? In the frozen tundra. You feel what I'm saying? So I think, we still got work to do. The defense is playing at a championship Super Bowl level. Last night, that's what they put on display. A championship Super Bowl level, getting stops, getting in the backfield, making Jordan Love think twice, make him clutch the ball, tuck and run, and you seen the Kobe Dean force the fumble. You know what I'm saying? So
here's the scary thing, man. That's one game, right? Because now you got all these guys you just signed, Jalen Phillips and Nolan Smith is back, and then you got all the new additions, Brandon Graham. They're just going to get better as the rest of the season progresses.
And as we get better on defense, I want us to get better. We have to get better on offense.
Of course, absolutely, yeah, it has to, and it has to happen quick. Or I mean, you can't. How long are you gonna keep letting your defense carry your team, man? I mean, you gotta, and the defense, just until kind of recently, the secondary was, and still sometimes it's just shaky, they just got to play more complete. There's something still like if they were like an egg, they haven't fully hatched. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Like, what it is, but we don't know how to put it in words exactly. They just need to do.
But that's a good analogy, though. You know what I'm saying, that there's something there. You know it's there. You know what I mean? My thing is, why are we not, putting A.J. Brown by himself in single? You know what? Let's get into that, because we keep talking about the play calling. We still talk about the play calling. Are there still play calling issues in Philadelphia with Kevin Patullo? You know what I'm saying? And I was just getting ready to say, like, it is. Yeah. Because how long do we have to wait to play a complete game? We waited weeks upon weeks to have a complete football game. We play one half here and the other half there. You know what I mean? It's a 60-minute ball game. Why are we not singling out A.J. Brown with one-on-one coverage and getting him the ball? Why are we not doing that? Why are we not putting him in position? Why is Kevin Patullo not putting him in position to make these plays? When you have a guy like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, you put those guys in position to make those plays. That's what an offensive coordinator and a head coach that's offensive-minded is supposed to do. And they clearly haven't done it. I get why A.J. frustrated. 56 yards a game for A.J. Brown is not good on his behalf. And not on his behalf, but just, the coaching, the play calling. It's not good. So there are issues still, and we're going to have to get them together. You know what I mean? Because, listen, we find ways to win. We do. But you don't want to have to rely on that all the time. You want to be able to go out there and play a complete game, offensively and defensively. Defense has been playing complete games. They've been doing it. You know what I'm saying? We haven't. So there's still some issues, and that I hope it gets together very soon. Starting with Detroit coming up next week.
Right. And here's the thing, like when you eventually lose a game in the NFL, you want to point to the rarities, the things that are like the anomalies that you don't usually do, right? Like that, we'll correct that easily. But when they lose a game, if God forbid they lose a game coming up or whatever, you're going to be like, well, we saw this. This is why, because this is the shit that they were doing, right?
And I don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, that was pretty much that was it. I mean, that's just the point. Yeah.
Well, and this is the thing. When it comes to losing games, I don't want it to be because of coaching, and I don't like it when it's because of injuries.
Right.
Those two things right there. If we gonna lose a game, let it be because called a great game. Everything was good, but they just played better.
Yep.
I don't want to be because we got out-coached or, guys is hurt or whatever the case may be. I don't like that. So, it's things like this that makes you wonder, if the offense still struggle, will we, will that keep us away will that keep the Eagles away from the Super Bowl? What do you think?
Well, the initial answer is to say yes, right? Like you got it. It's the NFL and stuff like that. But then it's like, well, what if you had to go play like a divisional or an NFC Championship game, like on the road in Green Bay? Well, I know that'd be a little more hyped up and stuff and all that. All these ifs, but we just went to Green Bay and won without playing a really good offense. The Bears back in the day had Rex Grossman at quarterback and made a Super Bowl. So if you want to actually take it like literally, I think you actually you can still have bad offense and make a run, right? Like you can make a Super Bowl actually, probably with these winning these gritty games. But I mean, like you're the champion, you're Super Bowl champions, and like you have to play to that standard. I feel like, and even if you go in just by the it doesn't look pretty, right? It doesn't look good. It got to be more. It got to be more fluid. The offense got to get more. We've been saying this for how many weeks, man? Like we come on the show and we're like, oh well, Kevin Patullo, and like all like this, it's like it's a broken record, man. But like, shit's not getting fixed. So those are my thoughts.
Well, listen, and I'm with you. I don't think it will keep us away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because we ain't scoring 30 points a game. We got a championship defense. We have championship players. We may not be producing like a championship offense, but look at last night. If you ask me, that was like playoff atmosphere, bro.
Yeah.
If you ask me, maybe I'm over-exaggerating. I don't know. That was like playoff atmosphere to me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
the game indicated that because in the playoffs they play more tight and they play more like defense and like that's like a playoff. It probably was. And plus in the playoffs, if you go to Green Bay, it's January or February, whatever, January, it's cold. So like it felt like a playoff game. You're right.
And even with us not playing, up to see this the thing. Yeah, we didn't play up to par. But neither have the Green Bay Packers all season either, right? We look at them against the Browns. You let one go. You let one go against the Panthers at home. And in games like 16 points or less, they have a bad record. It's a bad record. You know what I mean? They can't win those type of games. You know what I'm saying? And in the playoffs, or a playoff team, championship caliber team wins those close games because you always got that play that can decide the game. And the play that decided the game was that 41-yard pass to Saquon and then that 36-yard pass to Devontae Slim Reaper in the end zone. You feel what I'm saying? That's the shit that decided the game, and that's what championship teams do. So I don't think it's just going to keep us out of the Super Bowl, but it will make it a little tougher for us to get there. You know what I mean? So hopefully we can clean that shit up before the season is over. Well, especially with Detroit coming up next week, because we gonna get every team's best. And this is that game. Amara St. Brown gonna be trying to. They feel last year that if we would have played against them, they would have beat us. That's how they feel. Even still, y'all went out there and lost to the fucking Commanders, and Jared Goff went out there and threw 3 goddamn interceptions. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, Jared Goff's in trouble this weekend, man, because if we can get to him, like, we were getting to love it yesterday, man, I mean, that's going to be a big issue for him, so we'll see.
And he can't move like Jordan Love.
Yeah.
He can't move like that. He's getting caught. You know what I mean? So they're going to have to, and listen, it's going to be a challenge on both sides. I think it's going to be a challenge because both sides is good defensively, and and we know what the offenses represent or can represent, so they both going to have to. It's gonna be I think it's gonna be another game like last night. Maybe it'll be a little more, but it's gonna be physical football game. You hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So look, let's stick with the NFL and the Philadelphia Eagles, man. Last night, we had a play. It was 4th down. At the end of the game, 4th down, and Nick Sirianni decides to go for it on 4th down. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna go ahead and let you hear his explanation for it right now. Here we go.
So the end of the game, we're up 3. I would have liked to be in a little closer to kick a field goal. It was into the wind on that one. I knew the kick would have to be a little bit lower trajectory of a kick on that particular one. I got a lot of faith in our offense. It didn't work out on this one. We just didn't get it. But the decision, I stand put on that decision. Especially being up 3, because you go up 6, they're still going to need a touchdown, being a Hail Mary, everything like that. So we would have ended the game if we would have got that, and I got a lot of faith in our guys to be able to do that. But the reason I didn't kick the field goal again, being up 3, and also just this trajectory into the wind.
So that's his explanation, you know what I mean, for not kicking the field goal, or, at the end of the game on 4th and 8? Or something like that. And
yeah, 4th and 6 or something. 4th and 6.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like,
yeah,
come on now. This is the shit that I'm talking about. When it comes to like crunch time decision making, trying to be too aggressive because you put us in the Eagles input. They got the ball. It wasn't far. It wasn't far from range for Brandon McManus. It wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Luckily, we played championship defense last night and kept them out of position to go out there and get a fucking field goal and tie the game up. Then we go into overtime, and who knows what happens? You feel what I'm saying? So give me your thoughts on Nick Sirianni's decision to go for it on 4th down at the end of the game. What you think about that?
Oh man, look, I think in that situation, in my opinion, I disagree with the decision. I think you have to punt the. I would. If it's 4th and 1, it's poetic justice. You run the tush push and you call it a game, right? You go for it. 4th and 6, man, come on, man, play the odds. I don't think you're getting that play. So if you're not getting that play, what are your options, right? Well, kick a field goal. I kind of maybe agree with not kicking the field goal because you can get it blocked in return for points or something. We know that with Jordan Davis, right? But what I would do, in my opinion, and everybody has their own opinion, but I would just do a little pooch punt or whatever, right? And just get it down there and play the field and the time, because there's only so much time left in the game. Like, you can let Jordan Love complete a 20-yard pass, and then it's not even a 64-yard field goal attempt. If you play the odds, it's like a 75-yard attempt. You know what I mean? Because you now brought them back so many more yards, and you could play that more safer defense. I mean, that's just my opinion. So I disagree with the call. Lucky it worked out, of course, but that's my opinion. What about you?
Man, listen. You remember last year when he was in the beginning of the season, he was trying to be all aggressive and shit. Wanted to go for it, left 9 points on the board here.
Yeah.
6 points on the board there, another 6 points on the board here. You know what I mean? And that was within all this shit happened before the bye week.
Yes, I remember that.
It was 2 and 2. You know what I'm saying? And I was reading the reports, you know what I mean? He was basically saying, he handed the reins to Kellen Moore to go ahead and take over.
Yep.
Just take the fuck over. I read it. You know what I mean? Cool. We took off after that, didn't we?
Yes.
We took off after that, and we won the Super Bowl, didn't we, JF? That's what we did.
We did? I don't recall. Did we? Oh, we did. Yeah, we definitely did. We beat the Chiefs' ass in the Super Bowl. You're right about that. We did.
That red team with the red helmets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we beat that ass. The team that everybody can't beat. The
former dynasty. The former dynasty. Yeah.
You know what? I don't think we get enough credit for stopping the dynasty. And I don't like it. Because these other motherfucking teams was going to let them go ahead and do it.
We didn't just stop a dynasty, Big Mike. We started our own.
Started our own. You know what I'm saying? But this is the type of shit that Nick Sirianni was doing last fucking year in the beginning of the goddamn season. And
last year it was 2 and 2, and now we're a lot farther in the season.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like it. JF, Nick Sirianni, punt the ball, pooch punt, do whatever.
Yeah.
Get it down inside the 10. Oh, man, even if you get it in the end zone by accident, hey, listen, cool. You can bring it out to the 20.
Yeah.
It'll drive them a lot further.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? It was just not a good decision. Not a good decision. If you trust the offense, how about you trust the defense?
Look how the game was going. If there's ever a time to trust the defense, I mean, come on.
Right. In that situation, you say, well, shit, we 4th down. All right, cool. Well, defense is playing lights out. Yeah. Defense is playing Super Bowl championship defense, and we're gonna go ahead and punt this ball.
Yeah.
And make them see if they can drive the entire field to go get in field goal range.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Luckily, he did miss it. Luckily, he did. Because in overtime, anything goes.
Yeah. Usually the team that makes those miracle kicks at the end, they kind of get like the football gods on their side. So, like, we're lucky, man.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And on top of that, Brandon McManus, the kicker for the Packers, he was coming off like a little quad injury. You know what I mean? He was feeling, it wasn't feeling the best. You know what I mean? So that played a part in it too. You know what I'm saying? Probably. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen, bro. What makes a great coach, a part of making a great coach is your decision making, especially in crunch time moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Why you think sometimes Sean McVay get criticized for going for it on the 4th down, knowing he should have did something else? Matt LaFleur, you should have did something else. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Me personally, if the Packers don't do, what they should do this year, I think Matt LaFleur gonna lose his job. I was talking to my guy last here, Packers fan. I was talking to my guy last night, or I'm sorry, today, and I was telling him, I said, you think he can lose his job? You think he can lose his job because of the team that they got, and they can't, you know what I mean? And it probably won't be his fault, but quarterbacks can be the reason you lose a job. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, if they don't get out of if they don't win a playoff game this year or something, at least, I mean, you got. That's you have so much talent. Come on.
Here's the thing. Winning a playoff game is not enough, JF.
They're the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, they've been closing and supposed to be this team for quite a amount of years now. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? And especially this year, when you make that trade, you give up all of what you gave up for Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? And y'all only win one playoff game. Yeah. Matt LaFleur is the play caller in Green Bay, bro. He's the play caller. You know what I'm saying? And we always talking about, I always hear people talking about Jordan Love, you know what I mean, in a good way, you know what I mean? But you got some that like me, I would point out the deficiencies, you know what I mean? I don't think he's really that guy. People like to act like Jordan Love is next up. No, he's not next up. You know what I mean? He throws the ball in the ocean. He always giving you opportunities to take the ball away from him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, you know what I mean? So I'm not too much sold on Jordan Love. That's one of the main reasons I'm not sold on the Packers, because of him. In crunch time and big moments and shit, he folds. You see the fumble last night at the end of the game. You feel what I'm saying? When you was in, when it was crunch time, you're doing this. You know what I mean? So, he throws the ball in the ocean. I'm not a big believer in him. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, what makes a great coach is the decision making. And sometimes Nick Sirianni just you do some dumb shit. That right there is not where you be aggressive at. It's not. You trust your defense to go out there and get stops like they've been doing all game long, man. Yeah. That right there could have came back and bite us in the ass last night.
Yeah, I mean, for the Packers to win that game, they got to go what? Like, if you punt the ball, then they got to go what? Like 80, 90, 75 yards to go win the game with like 20 seconds left, 30 seconds left? Come on.
Yeah, to win the game. But to tie the game, even 65, that's a lot of yards. That's a lot of yards.
Whatever it is, 55 yards, 40 yards is still. Come on.
We was on damn near about a 50-yard line, and he doing this shit. That's just not smart. I'm not saying listen, bro. I'm not saying I've had my issues. Already spoken about my issues with Nick Sirianni. Why the offense don't look better, and you a head coach and you an offensive minded guy. You just seen Dan Campbell take over the play calling in Detroit. I don't think Nick Sirianni want to do that. I don't think he want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're a head coach and things ain't going right and you're an offensive minded guy, you and Jordan was talking about this last time we was on the show. He had no answer. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So I hate the decision. I'm glad we got out that motherfucker. But that's something. Nah, bro. That's like jumping on a bomb, bro. On a landmine. You know what I mean? And oh man, it don't blow up. Ooh, I got lucky. You feel what I'm saying? In that situation with that call, like, why would you do that? Punt the ball.
Yeah. I mean, I think we both agree. I mean, that's just the dumb decision.
Yeah, man. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It is what it is. But let's talk about the guy that we got in the trade. It's not Michael Carter because we didn't get to see him last night. You know what I mean? Jair Alexander, he didn't even make the trip. He would have loved to make the trip, but they want to make sure, his knee is right and ready for the remainder of the season in this Super Bowl run that we're trying to go on. You feel what I'm saying? That we kind of go back to back and do some things. You feel what I'm saying? Want to make sure he's right for that. And damn it, we're going to need him because when Jair Alexander is healthy, he's a damn good cornerback. You feel what I'm saying? It's just that he misses a lot of time. So I think with them, he's been out.
Yep.
Had his surgery already, whatever he needed to do. He said he's felt the best he's felt, in a while.
Yep.
And they giving him time to get more in tune with the defense and keep that knee all the way right. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
But we had another guy I think was the biggest acquisition for us from the Miami Dolphins, which was Jalean Phillips. And that man flashed on our screen all night long. He was in the backfield all night, putting pressure, stopping the run, picked up a fumble. I mean, the man, that's how if you want to debut, that's how you get a debut. You feel what I'm saying? How much better does Jalean Phillips make the Philadelphia Eagles defense? Talk to me, JF.
One game for the Birds, 6 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, a fumble recovery. That's all I really got to say, man. That's one game. I mean, look, you give up a third-round pick. A third-round pick is not a 6th or a 7th. We always talk about how he's fleecing for these 6th and 7th round trades. Third-round pick's kind of valuable. So Jalean Phillips can ball, okay?
Yes.
And he's a good player. And he's around some good talent. And he has Brandon Graham in that locker room now. He has Nolan Smith. He has guys that are champions that are, he has even players that don't play his position that are, like Jalen Carter. He has people next to him in that defense, in that locker room that he's in a good situation, okay? And I think that Jalean Phillips makes the Eagles a lot better because he is an extra threat. He's just an extra person in rotation, an extra person out there that they just have that you have to account for. He's just an extra body out there, but he's not just a body. He's a hell of a player. So I think he makes the Eagles defense much better. I wish he played offense. I wish Jalean Phillips. I wish Jalean Phillips could be an offensive coordinator. Actually, Big Mike. But until he does that, I'm happy with his performance on the defensive side. Yeah, I just no, I don't know if it was they were focused on like some of the other guys or something, but that he had a really good game, and I'm excited to see how he does going forward.
Man, bro, listen. Jalean Phillips is a guy.
Yeah.
He is a guy. When he was with Vic Fangio, he did really good things in Miami. And remember how Miami players was complaining about Vic Fangio. He's too hard. He coach hard. He old school, this and that and the third. You know what I mean? That wasn't Jalean Phillips. Because if that was Jalean Phillips, Vic Fangio wouldn't have vouched for him.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? When you got a guy like that on one side who was nice, and then you got a young Jalean Hunt who made plays last night.
Yeah, and Jalean Hunt, man, he's underrated, man. A hell of a player.
People got to understand. We have a team on defense that is full of developing players.
Yeah.
Nolan Smith is in his 3rd year.
Yeah.
He's still developing. Jalen Carter in his 3rd year. He's still developing. Cooper DeJean, he's second year. Quinyon, 2nd year. Makuba, rookie. Jalean Hunt, 2nd year. Reed Blankenship, what is this, year 4, 5, some shit like that?
Yeah.
Bro, we have a team full of players on defense that are still developing.
Yeah.
And they're good. You add a guy like Jalean Phillips who can get pressure, we see last night, who can play the run as I'm talking beat blocks, get off a block and play the run, make tackles in the run, not 6-7 yards downfield, in the backfield. You understand? Pressure on the quarterback. Got a nose for the quarterback. You got Jalean Hunt on the other side who keeps getting better. He got a pick 6 this year. He should have had 2 of them, but he dropped the one against the Giants. Got a pick 6 this year. Got big-time plays and big-time sacks this year. He is a 2nd-year guy. And Nolan Smith, who was our best pass rusher at the moment when he was there, comes back last night, and he looked good as well. Little do you know, JF, when he got drafted, I was calling for Nolan Smith. Jordan will tell you, I wanted Nolan Smith, Kelly Ringo and Bijan Robinson out of the draft or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? And I said, if we get, we end up getting DeAndre Swift. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, shit, if we we get DeAndre Swift or we get somebody else, that's cool. I'm cool with that too. But he is one of the guys that I wanted out of the draft. You know what I'm saying? I know about Nolan Smith. I'm an Alabama Crimson Tide fan. We play against Georgia. I know the havoc that he causes. You know what I'm saying? I hate Georgia, but I'm glad we got the players from them on our team. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we got a lot of Alabama players though. You know that too.
Yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? But he's a guy, bro, and you pair him up with that type of pressure, he makes the defense much better because now you got to focus on him. Are you going to focus on him? You're going to focus on Jalen Carter. You're going to focus on Nolan Smith. You're going to focus on Jalen Hunt. Who you want to focus on? You can't double team all three of them. You can't do that or all four of them. And we got BG back to bring some energy. He made a play last night. He stopped the play in the back. He slowed the play. He missed the tackle, but he was there to make the play, to slow him up, to have other guys come make the play on him. You know what I'm saying? That's that veteran leadership. That's that mindset that I've seen it all. You're not really about to fool me type shit. I'm a 16th year guy. I've seen it all. You know what I'm saying? So what the room that we got on defense up front, added to Jalen Phillips as well. He makes us a definite, legit Super Bowl winning defense.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what he does. Howie Roseman is the fucking GOAT.
Yes, sir.
He is the trade father. That's
well,
what he is.
Tell me something I don't know, man. We all know he's the GOAT.
Man, I hope Howie Roseman never, ever leaves the Philadelphia Eagles.
I hope he starts working with the Phillies and the Sixers.
Man, listen, whatever he does, stay with these birds.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, stay with these birds.
Yeah,
You know
of course.
what I'm
That above everything, yes. But yeah.
saying? He the GOAT, bro. Like Jalen Phillips is gonna be, I'm telling you, that defense is about to get even more scary. It's gonna be even more scary. That's why the offense gotta get there. If it's even, 60, 70% of what it can be, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to be a major problem for teams out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Because the roster isn't top heavy just for the defense. Our roster is kind of even. Like we have a ton of offensive talent, man. It's like, why is the defense so like? Why does a coordinator make this much difference? That's like the question, It
goes to show how much it means.
Yeah.
If your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator, they're quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They're quarterbacks. They're calling the plays.
Yeah.
They're calling the plays.
That is
you
true.
Go out there and run against that defensive team. And when you can do that, that means you're great. You're good, great, however you want to however you want to, title it. Same thing with defense. I feel like calling a defense, like what Vic Fangio does, is tougher than calling an offense because you don't know what they about to do.
Yeah.
They can line up. You don't. It go both ways. You can disguise some shit on both ways, but calling a defense, that's making sure you have people in the right position.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
Because you're going out there just running man-to-man coverage the whole damn game. You're going to switch it up in some zone. You're going to switch it up cover 3. You're going to switch up a whole bunch of shit. You're going to roll coverage here. You're going to do all type of shit. You know what I mean? And it's hard to call the defense. So with Vic Fangio doing what he's doing, and as young as we are, and the talent that we got, and with the addition of Jalen Phillips showed up on that screen last night, if you never watched football before, you watched that game last night, you know who number 50 is for the Philadelphia Eagles. You know who it is. You know his name, you know his number, and you know he just came from Miami in the trade.
Well, because at the very least, you know who won if you go on Google and say who won the game last night and you saw the Eagles won, Jalen Phillips made the game-winning play. So by default, you have to know who he is, especially if you watch the game.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, we just had to come out here and holler at y'all for a little while. We didn't want to take too much of y'all time. You feel what I'm saying? But we had to come on here on Tuesday after our Philadelphia Eagles went out here and got a dub, man. We don't normally play, we ain't played on Monday night this year. You know what I'm saying? So, 7 dubs, 7-2 could easily be 9-0 had we know if this was a second year Kellen Moore with us, we'd be 9-0 right now. But, we got to go through this change and shit every year, a new offensive coordinator every year. One thing I can say is this. unless Kevin Patullo turns it all the way around, he's not getting a head coaching job next year. And he'll probably be with us again, and hopefully it gets a little better, or we're going to have another offensive coordinator in there, depending on how the season ends.
All depends on all depends on how the season goes. All depends on that. So
hopefully it goes the way we wanted to fucking go. Holding up another Lombardi trophy in Santa Clara, California in February. You feel what I'm saying?
See it and believe it, man. See it and believe it.
My guy, JF, appreciate
you again, man. Good to talk some ball.
Man. For sure, man. Appreciate you, man. Like I said, we just wanted to holler at y'all, man. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. Fly Eagles fly, 7-2. Make sure y'all watch some basketball. Make sure y'all watch Thursday night football and all of that. You know what I mean? You know what it is, man. That's our show for the day, and we gone.
Go Birds. We out.